Hi guys, welcome to Laguna Torre in Argentina. Last I talked to you, I was in Parque Nacional Los Alerces, outside of Esquel. So that was my last day there. Funny story, I actually ended up hitching a ride back with the same lady that took me there, coincidentally, so that's pretty funny. After I talked to you guys, I finished walking around the lake, back around the other side along the main street, went to that waterfall, and anyways got a ride back. Spent the last night in Esquel, had some beer and pizza at this place called Auto Beer there, and then the next 2 days actually I was hitchhiking to make it out to El Chalten where I'm staying now. So of course hitchhiking is always an interesting story because you never know exactly how it's gonna go and where you're gonna end up and all that stuff. So anyways, it ended up going well in the end. Although I never mentioned anything, like I can honestly definitely say God is watching over me because the whole forecast showed rain the entire week. So I had a lot of doubts about hitchhiking with the rain, the cold, same as going to the park. And anyways, besides hearing a lot of people tell me that the Route 40, which takes you here, basically because it's winter time now, not many people are going down that route. I looked into buses so many times and even the buses aren't going that way now. They're going back to the coast and back around just to get out here, but it's super out of the way, so I was really trying to avoid that. And in the end, even though I heard so many different things from so many different people, I decided to try it, see what happens. So anyways, first day hitchhiking, basically got a ride from Esquel to like the main turnoff to take the Route 40. And then this guy and his son picked me up in their truck that were going that way. And so they took me probably a couple hours down that way to Gobernador Costa, I believe is the name of this cute little town. Had to wait there for a while, probably about an hour, a little more even. Eventually, so I was told that a lot of the Chilean truckers go down that road because they have to go to Punta Arenas, which is the very, very tip of Chile. And basically the road's better to come through Argentina. So one of the Chilean truckers took me the rest of the way almost like that day. We ended up stopping in Gobernador Gregore, which is another small town down that road. That's where him and his other trucker co-workers were staying for the night. So anyways, we got in late there. But had a good ride. Like, they were both super nice. The first guy with his son like got me coffee and a sandwich and like got these snacks and stuff, and the other one also, like, he was actually carrying soda and beer in the truck. So anyways, we were talking about that, and so anyways he gave me one of the artisan beers he had to try along the way. You're allowed to drink here as long as you're not driving. Same as Argentina and Chile, there's a 0.0 drinking policy when you're driving. But if you're in the car or vehicle, it's fine to drink as long as you're not the driver. So got to try that. We also stopped later and he like got me coffee there as well. So drinking more coffee than I ever normally do. But anyways, just nice of them to like treat me to stuff. And then I stayed in that town, found a hotel, stayed there for the night, and then left the next day to continue hitchhiking out here. So basically I waited there for a while by the gas station because that's where the lady at the hotel told me would be good because all the truckers come through there and blah, blah, blah. But in the end, I moved onto the main road because then several people told me, like, it's not a good place to wait. Like, basically you need to get to the main road, the highway. So just outside of the town. Eventually kind of got to that main intersection where you would turn off to go to El Chalten. And anyways, that's definitely the longest I've ever waited. As I was told, not a lot of people are going in that direction. All the truckers don't go that way like anymore. They start heading towards the coast as well. So anyways, definitely like probably not as easy as it would have been if it was summer. I think I was there total, well, from when I very first started waiting, even though I kind of moved somewhat around, blah, blah, blah. I was there like 4 hours though, until I got a ride going in the right direction. It wasn't that no one stopped that whole time, but no one was going that way, like seriously. So finally someone came through that was going that way, and he was actually driving by the cross section, whatever you call it, where it would take you to El Chalten. But again, because of everything I'd heard and all the doubts and everything, and it's winter and cold, I didn't want to be in the middle of nowhere and take the chance of no one coming through. So I kept going farther to actually another intersection where there's more traffic, because I knew if I could at least get to El Calafate, which is actually past El Chalten, I could take a bus from there, even though it's kind of like going past and out of the way. It was more of a sure shot. So I ended up doing there, and then as soon as I got dropped off at that bigger intersection, I got picked up, went into El Calafate, and like an hour later about took the bus back to El Chalten. So that was my experience hitchhiking to El Chalten. It all turned out well, thankfully. Again, there were a lot of questions in the air, but in the end decided to try it, and it all turned out well. So I'm glad the way everything worked out. Staying in El Chalten now, couch surfing at a really nice place. This couple lives there, staying at their house. And yesterday, I basically walked around the town a little bit and hiked to these two lookouts called Mirador de los Condores and Mirador de las Águilas, which are close to each other. Really nice, shorter hikes near the town that give you great lookouts of the town and just surrounding mountains and everything. It's a really beautiful area. This whole area is called Parque Nacional Los Glaciares, I believe. So lots of hiking. I think it says trekking capital, at least of the country, if not the world, something like that. A lot of amazing treks around here. It's usually really busy in the summer, but again, no one comes in the winter, only a few of us crazy people. Although I wasn't planning specifically to come here in the winter, just when I ended up here. But still totally worth it and amazing. You just have to bring a lot of layers and clothes. Thankfully, actually, I was able to get, I forgot to mention, another coat or layer from the guy I was hanging out with in Puerto Madryn. I had mentioned to him that I was looking for, deciding whether or not to get something else, but everything was expensive, or maybe just get whatever I could find and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he had an extra one that he said he could give me. So have another layer keeping me warm, thankfully, again, because I think I would have needed another layer. It's definitely cold here. So that was yesterday. And then on that hike, basically, I met a few Italians that are hiking together and traveling together. So I joined them today to do this hike to Laguna Torre, which is a beautiful hike in the mountains. This lagoon behind me I'm about to show you. The other main hike is Laguna de los Tres, which I'm going to join them and do tomorrow. And the next day I'll be heading out to Chile, to Puerto Natales, which is near Torres del Paine. So let me give you a view of the beautiful lagoon and mountains surrounding. Looks a little bit more covered and cloudy than when we first got here. But anyways, you can still see how gorgeous it is. So back there, that's actually a glacier down there. Looks kind of light blue. But yeah, pretty amazing. Could you imagine on a clear day? Anyways, that's pretty much it. It's been an amazing hike. Lots of beautiful scenery, and I'm sure tomorrow will be the same. So I will talk to you soon. I'll do another short video just so you can see the view. Talk to you then. Bye.